Hello Wastelanders, Vlad here, and today I'm coming to you from a new wasteland. I'm coming to you from the world of Biomutant, and I'm going to be conquering the Netra tribe fort and conquering them. So let's jump on in. So thanks for joining me again today, and like I said, I'm going to be conquering the Netra tribe in this video. I'm going to be showing the gameplay and as I go. I won't include too much commentary, but if you're not familiar, this is Biomutant. You're playing as a rodent, and you have some warring tribes, and overall this task is to conquer the other tribes. Now I'm currently allied with the Jagni, which is one of the first two tribes you can choose from to ally with, but my character is playing as a dark character, so I'm moving away from them and further towards the dark side, so to speak. The Jagni are kind of sitting on the edge of the dark side, slightly dark, I believe is what their strategy is. But to conquer the fort, what we first have to do is go get a helmet so that we can be launched over the gate wall. So we're going to do that first, and then we're going to jump on into the conquering. Alright, now that we're back to the fort and our waiting army with our helmet, let's go ahead and get this thing going, and let's jump into the fight.
You need to hit them where it hurts. Inflict as much suffering as possible. You're the hammer on their nail.
Here we go. It's always fun to watch these things ragdoll. Alright, so here's our first defenders of the fort, and if you're unfamiliar with the combat system, it's kind of a mix between melee and ranged weapon, and they're calling it Wung Fu, and you have different abilities you can unlock, and by stringing together some of what they call special moves, those are the ones that you see named when they hit, we can join and go into Wung Fu, which is kind of like going Super Saiyan, and you can lay down some special moves that allow you to get multiple hits in at a time. Okay, so this is what it looks like when you're eligible for Wung Fu, and this is one of the moves there. Now the only complaint I have about this, because this is really fun, is that I'm only limited to 4 movesets in Wung Fu, so I am really hopeful that as I progress throughout the storyline and stuff in the game, that I'm going to be able to unlock more abilities inside of Wung Fu, because right now there's only 4 of them, and I really wish there was some more options there. There's some really cool abilities you can unlock with what they call bio points and psi points, and those allow you to do different things while you're in combat. I haven't really had the need to use some of them. So far there's some ones where you can call in some elemental type things to impact your enemies, but I haven't really had the need to use those special things in combat just yet, so maybe that's why the Wung Fu with just the 4 options feels a little bland for me so far. I do want to, diversify what my weapons are so that I can have a more diverse set of combat and just play different play styles as I conquer the different forts and the different quests that we come across. Now here, the next step, obviously after beating those guards, is we need to set some stuff on fire to get rid of this gate that's in our way. And I'm missing one, so there it is.
It burns brighter than the light.
Okay, so here's our second tier of guards. We gotta clear these guys out to advance to the next level. I will say that as I've played, the combat has become a lot more enjoyable. In the beginning, I was like holding on to some of the currency that you have to use to spend to unlock these moves, and that really limited what I was able to do in combat. And in hindsight, I should have unlocked stuff early on and then started to build for the more expensive things. Instead, I was like, oh, this area of effect thing is going to be great. So I waited until I had enough points to spend it on it. But in the meantime, my playing was very one-dimensional. So since I've unlocked some things like dual-wield pistols and auto reload for them, as well as some special hand-to-hand combat moves, it's gotten a lot more fun playing through the combat. And, you know, conquering this fort, I'm fighting other little rodents that look like me, but throughout the world you're going to find like really huge monsters that are just like overgrown sloths or possums and those sort of things. And I will say that the world in Biomutant is very nice. They did a really good job with the colors, with the textures. The lighting is really nice. Here I'm kind of playing it at night, so you don't get to see some of that lighting. But overall, I'm really happy with the way the game looks, and I'm getting more satisfied with the combat as I become more familiar with the controls, and also as I unlock new abilities to keep things diversified. Alright, we're approaching the third stage of Conquest for this fort. Grab a few things of loot on the way. Nothing really rare going on there.
The battering bonker looks like a great way to get through the gate.
So it looks like we got to get through this gate.
Bet you just need to knock and it'll open up. That's bonkers.
Okay, so now we're through, and this is the Sifu that we've come to defeat and conquer his tribe today. So he makes one last plea. He's trying to get me to either join him or see his way.
He was hoping it wouldn't end this way. There's no reason to fight instead of uniting. It would be fighting over nothing. He'll fight for whatever shred of hope he has left to unite the tribes and save the Tree of Life.
Alright, and so each Sifu has a special weapon, and this guy looks like he has this like chain claw. And if you defeat them, then you will unlock the ability to use their special weapon. So I unlocked like a boomerang from the first tribe that I conquered. And in doing so, my current Sifu, the one I'm working with for the Jagni Tribe, gifted me his staff. So I can use the staff also in combat. And if I defeat this guy, then I'm going to be able to use that little crane claw thing as a weapon. My strategy for this one is to go after the little minions as much as possible, and then go into Wung Fu and use it to attack the Sifu in the fight. That way I'm avoiding a lot of his special ability stuff and getting in close. Because it's where I struggle with my character so far, is the very close hand-to-hand combat. You see him using that little claw on me there. Acts like more of a whip. I do like too there is a photo mode you can go into, and doing that in some of these poses that you do with some of the moves is pretty cool. You get a real nice Matrix feel out of the way the combat is, that like stop motion type thing. Okay, he is defeated. Alright, his destiny is in my hands. Alright, so like I said, I am playing through as a dark character. So this only ends in one way. He lost, and that's the end. Okay, apparently there is no turning back. I don't remember at this point what I did with the first one. I don't remember if I ended him as well or if I put him in prison. Feel like I put him in prison. Okay, now we have...
news that your tribe's justified terror
looks like we have a plot
paralyzed
twist
the
here.
remaining tribes. There's an opportunity to end the war early. He agrees the current reign of terror is an extreme measure.
Alright,
but
so they're
it's
scared.
justified, as
They
it'll
want to
free
surrender.
everyone from starvation and restore peace. It's clear your way of waging war has been successful. And now that the tribes have experienced this war of yours, they're ready to do whatever it takes to make it end.
Alright,
So,
well,
do you
I'm
want
playing
to
dark
end the
again,
war
so
now, or
we're not letting them
continue
off the
fighting?
hook that easy. It also means that we can't contribute to any more conquering for them. So I don't know what that means with the fate of their special weapons and things like that. So, like I said, there's only one solution here for my dark character, and that's we're going to conquer them
We'd
all.
expected you'd want to continue to fight. It's in the spirit of the tribe. If you want true control over someone, make them feel afraid. He wants you to
Alright,
focus.
now we got a new place to
These
conquer.
are the new rival
I've already been to
outposts
this
your
area,
tribe needs
so
to
I
take
should be
control
pretty
of.
good as far as moving in there and being able to take over.
He says you'll regret not being on their side. The only way you'll learn their secrets,
so that's our
Kung
next
Fu
Sifu
and
to
the
conquer.
tribe weapon now, is if you defeat him. And that will never happen.
Okay, and one last thing before we end the video, I need to take a look at this new weapon. At least we need to claim it. There we go. Claw chain. Awesome, everybody. That's the video for today. Tell me what you think from your thoughts of seeing Biomutant if it's your first time. If you've been playing, give me your thoughts on the game so far. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for the latest content from Vladministrator Gaming. Until next time, I'll see you in the Wasteland.